next on the Broadway Show.
Don't you worry, everything will be so bright. Let's write your story.
Ingrid Michaelson is on the show to play some music and talk about writing the songs for The Notebook on Broadway.
For you.
I'm Perry Sook, speaking with one of the members of the Hadestown Band, keeping their audiences living it up on top.
I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is the Broadway Show. It's a Broadway show, and we're back with another big one. I'm Tamsen Fadal. Grab your tissues. The musical adaptation of Nicholas Sparks' Notebook is now on Broadway. It features music and lyrics by singer-songwriter Ingrid Michaelson, and it's just as romantic as ever. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
I've waited every day to feel the way I feel. Knots in my stomach, the kind that never heal. Butterflies that fly at me and never seem to go away.
Ingrid, thank you for having me in your home. Is this where the magic happens? Is this
is
the piano? Is this an important, yeah?
It's where some of the magic happens, for sure, yeah.
Have you written songs for The Notebook, your Broadway musical, now playing at this piano?
Well, yes, I have, as a matter of fact. In fact, I just wrote a song during the Super Bowl. It was the last song I wrote for the show. I thought we were done writing songs for the show.
Wow.
Because it just felt like it was done.
Yeah, sure.
And we were in preview, we were deep into previews.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, we're just doing like buttons and finishing motifs and drawing, you know, like underscoring. And then my director, Michael Greif, and Shelley Williams, they came to me and they were like, we think this underscore should actually be a song. I was like, okay. So I came here during the Super Bowl and I had my volume low as to not disturb anybody watching the game. But I did miss the halftime show because of it.
So you have reached the finish line for your first Broadway musical. That's incredible. I know, that's always the hardest thing. Because it's fun to keep creating it, right?
To talk about that song again, I didn't expect to have that gift of being able to write another song for these characters that I just have so fallen in love with. And so that was really exciting for me to be able to sort of peek under the hood again and revisit that part of everything. Because yeah, I've been done writing a while ago.
Yeah.
They were like, it's not a full song, a song moment. So I got to write a song moment. I'll paint the shutters blue. I'll wrap a porch around the whole entire house so we can watch the sunset and the sunrise too. Who needs sleep when it's me, that house, and you? Breakfast in bed at noon. We'll plant a garden in the backyard by the river, living off the things we grow and growing as we live. Can't you see it? It's just me, that house, and you.
People who know the movie know all about those emotions and that house. And I mean, you were dealing with a story a lot of people know. You knew it.
Yep.
The minute you heard it, you were like, The Notebook.
Yeah.
Rain.
Yeah.
Tears.
But we had to take it and make it our own. So just to use that as a like sort of micro example, in the movie, Allie says, if you paint the shutters blue and if you put on a porch and if you do this, then I'll live with you. In our version, our Noah already has this vision of this house he wants. So it gives him a little bit of agency. We really wanted to give both the characters a life without the other person. It just felt more highlighted that they didn't have that in the musical. We're like, we need them to really like feel like they have to be with each other, but they're also living beings that have their own thoughts and their own minds and their own, you know, plans. And so we liked giving our younger Noah this vision, and then it was like, and do you want to join me? Because if you joined me in this life, oh my God, would that be the most magical experience? And you know, we wanted to kind of make sure we tried to flesh out these characters as much as we could. And in dividing them up into 3 Allies and 3 Noahs, they're each getting less airtime, so to speak, so you really got to figure out how to quickly give these characters 3-dimensionality, and splitting them up allows for a really beautiful theatrical moments, but also gives each of them just a slice of time to work with.
this movie is like legendary.
Yeah.
You know, taking that and then actually adding to it and making it theatrical and justifying it instead of just showing all the moments, although it does rain on them.
It does rain on them. It does rain on them, but we handle that a little differently than the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. But there is rain, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like you really love being a part of the community of a show, and really building these relationships with the whole team. Like, I feel like that's really important to you.
Yeah. I don't like sticking out. I like being part of the team. Because in my Ingrid Michaelson singer-songwriter career, it's like Ingrid Michaelson up in the front, you know. There's something about being a cog in a wonderful machine. I love the collaboration. I love the assignments of being told, oh, can you write something for this? How about trying to get us from here to here? Or we're having trouble with this scene, and what if this was... I just love being part of that whole process. It's unlike anything I've ever done before, and it's my favorite thing that I've done. And I just want to do more and more and more and more and more. If this is love, I'm not ready. If this is love, why am I so unsteady? If this is love, why did no one tell me the pain that I would feel? If this is love, maybe I'm ready. How do I know? I'm in my head again. If this is love, I think I'm in it. If this is love.
Want to see more of Paul's interview? You can head over to Broadway.com for an extended version.
I'm coming away from me. I hear the walls repeating, falling up my feet. It sounds like Johnny.
Jordan Fisher has gone to hell and back, stepping into the role of Orpheus in Hadestown. Jordan succeeds original Broadway cast member Reeve Carney in the leading role. We had a chance to talk.
I know what it's like to be an audience member at this show. Like, I remember it so clearly. I'll never forget the first time I saw those lamps swing and Reeve reach out with the I won't forget it. It's so embedded and made me such, you know, I was already a bit of a fan, but this made me, it's a geographical, crystallized moment of unique storytelling that exists in one space and place for this one moment, and we do it every night. And every night, it's gonna look a little different, it's gonna feel a little different, it's gonna sound a little different. To me, it's like pure Broadway. That is like, that's pure Broadway, that's pure theater. I changed things up. I just, based on like discoveries that were made in some scenes earlier that night on the, like 120 something show, I find new things towards the end of the show, and it's exciting and exhilarating. Like, man, that's what it's all supposed to be about. Being very, very candid, this has been my favorite show that I have gotten to work on Broadway.
Here's Perry Sook with more.
Thanks, Tamsen. Hadestown's Tony Award-winning score is truly worth the hype, and the band not only plays it, but feels like another character in the show. I'm headed inside the Walter Kerr to go catch up with one of the astounding members of the Hadestown Band. So we're here on the set, literally within an hour of curtain, with the guitarist here at Hadestown, Ilusha Tsinadze. Thank you so much for the time today.
My pleasure.
So I gotta say, we're inches away from where you sit throughout the entire show. What is it like being such a pivotal part? You know, you're not in a pit, you're not isolated, you're here playing guitar on the stage.
I love being able to see the cast as I'm playing and look out across the stage to all the other musicians and see the audience. The set itself is a bar, more or less. So I feel like I'm playing in a bar band in front of, 1,000 people.
Music is such an integral part of this show, because Orpheus is a musician himself. You actually help coach the Orpheuses, Orphei, I don't even know how to say the plural of that, when they play the guitar. What is that process like, taking maybe a singer who's never played before and kind of coaching them up to be this Greek musician?
I've been teaching for a really long time. I've had students since, I was in college, actually. I first started, being a professional musician early on. I've always had students. And I've gotten to teach some of the Orpheuses that have done the tour, the understudies here. There's a, it's always been really interesting and just, yeah, pure pleasure to work with them.
Are there any moments that you get caught up in the musical, in the magic of Orpheus, that it's almost hard to maintain the band, or is it all business as usual?
Of course, there's always elements of surprise, so I have to
live theater.
Yeah, exactly. You have to keep a lookout for things. There's always something that can come up, and that's very exciting, and I sort of welcome it at this point. Listening is the key for me to be able to play the show well. I have to be in tune with especially the drummer, bass player, piano player. That's the rhythm section that I'm part of. So I have to be totally locked into how they're feeling the rhythm. And at this point, I've done it over 500 times or something like that. But it's still like every single time you have to give it your all to make it sound good.
So obviously we're here, we're on a Broadway stage, you're in your first Broadway show, but I gotta ask you, what does Broadway mean to you?
I'm somewhat new to the Broadway world, but this sense of community here, it's kind of like going to camp, being at work. There's the love between all the different people that work here, in the cast, in the band, in the crew, people front of house, back of house. There's such a overwhelming sense of community, and not to mention the audiences that come to every show. So it's been a very lovely experience for me to be part of this family.
Hi, my name is Emma Pittman, and I play Cherry Valance in The Outsiders, and you're watching The Broadway Show.
Hi, my name is Nick Cartell. I am best known for playing Jean Valjean on the national tour of Les Miserables, but I'm very excited to announce that I have an album coming out. It is called 1,000 Spotlights, so it's a lot of my favorite Broadway tunes and Disney tunes with a connection there. Some of them have a jazzy twist to them, but overall it's a lot of fun, and it really speaks to me and who I am as a person, but also who I want to portray as a performer moving forward. Along with that, I will be doing a pre-album release concert at 54 Below on July 14th at 7 p.m. Obviously, we're gonna have some special guests. Right now, we have Phoenix Best, who will be joining us, who I did the tour with, and she was our Eponine on the tour, and so I'm very excited to welcome her back. And also Casey Likes from Back to the Future, who is actually my godson. And so we are gonna finally get to perform together, which we have not had the opportunity to do yet. So I'm very excited to welcome both of them on stage. So we're gonna be adding some of the songs from the album and throwing in some that didn't make it, not on this one, but maybe on the next one.
Let him live, bring him home, bring him home.
To play Jean Valjean is a dream. It really is a dream come true. I get asked all the time, after 1,000 performances, how do you make it fresh? And I'm like, it is this story, it's this character. There is so much that I still learn day by day about this man and who he is, and part of that is also due to the fact that I am a father. And so the way that I'm watching my daughter grow is the way that I can relate that to how Cosette grows up in the show. So there's so much, and I'm excited to see what the future holds, not only in this role, but wherever my career takes me, to be able to take those moments and move forward with them. Leading this tour has taught me that I can give myself grace, but also that I'm stronger and I'm more capable than I ever thought that I could be. This role is such a massive undertaking every single night, but then to also lead a company on top of that, I don't take it lightly. Yes, I play Jean Valjean. I'm the lead of the show, but everybody is so important to telling this story night after night. And the thing that I love is when I look on stage and I meet my fellow actors' eyes, they're in this story with us and they're helping to tell that story forward. And it's a dream to be able to lead a company of young professionals and, continue to do what I started now 6 years ago in this role. It's the story, it's these characters, and it's the music. It is songs that have been recorded forever by pop stars, by, you know, so many theater artists. And there is something that just hits you when you hear those first magic notes of One Day More, or you hear the beginning of Dream to Dream, or you hear On My Own, or for me, when I hear the beginning of Bring 'Em Home, it just, I get goosebumps still every single time. And these characters that are so rich, and the audiences can connect with them because they see themselves in them. I remember, you know, growing up, I always wanted to play Marius and Enjolras because I connected with these students. But now as a dad, I'm obviously connecting with Valjean, and it is the same for audiences across the country.
He now dons the iconic fedora and the sparkling glove. Elijah Rhea Johnson is Broadway's newest King of Pop, now on Broadway, starring in MJ the Musical. You walk in, you see your name on the marquee. What does that feel? A lot of people don't have that opportunity. What does that feel like?
It's insane. It's like it's a dream. You know, when I was little, Michael was the reason why I started performing, and so to be able to play him on Broadway, it's like, you know, bigger than anything I could have ever imagined growing up. And even like the poster of me on the door, like it's surreal. Like it's insane to be here on Broadway doing this. It's like, yeah, it's a dream.
So is this the door you enter every day?
Yes, this is the stage door. My face right here is beautiful.
So you know where you're going?
Yeah, yeah. Just it's actually just for me, just to make sure that I know, like, oh, great, this is what I'm doing and everything. Great. So, you know, it's all laid out for me.
What does that feel like?
It's insane. It's insane. It's also very funny too because the makeup and the hair and the wig and everything. Yeah. When I come out, people kind of don't recognize me, so they're like, "Are you Michael?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. That's me doing the thing."
You grew up kind of just surrounded by his music, surrounded by everything Michael. Talk a little bit about where that all began for you.
I think it was
your
around
your dad responsible.
Yeah. I think my dad just kind of introduced me. I was around the time when Chris Brown came out, and I saw him dancing and singing, and I was like amazed. And then my dad kind of gave me an education just of all the greats, but Michael was one I gravitated to the most. And yeah, just kind of, I would perform around Detroit at different talent shows doing Jackson 5 songs. That's what I would do. I had a little fedora on. That's how I got my start. Yeah, but it kind of just captivated me. I really was inspired by his movement, his intention, all the things that, you know, why we love Michael. And it really just, I mean, it's, yeah, the reason why I started doing what I do now.
How do you get into his mindset every night before you hit the stage? Is it the music? Is it do you have to really sit into the mindset, or is it easy to do?
I think the more you do it, the easier it gets, but it's always still like refocusing and just making sure that, like, I think I'm talking about like magic, like making sure that like that's the forefront of the performance, of the intention and all that, because that's how he was, and make sure that every night you give it your all, because Michael gave it his all every time he performed.
Does it shift every, I don't know, every few weeks or something, the area of the show that you like the best, or the song that you feel most into, where you feel like your magic is coming through?
It feels like it's a boring answer, but it's not. I mean, my favorite is Beat It, because it's the first thing that I do. I step on stage, and I think more than anything, when people come to see the show, they're like, okay, what's the Michael gonna do? Like, what's this guy's vibe? What's gonna be on? And I think it's interesting. I can tell from the applause I get when I first come out what the crowd's gonna be and what I should give and all that. So I think by the end of that number, they are like, okay, cool, we're in safe hands, this kid is good, what's the show about? And I love seeing their little faces just light up, and it's a...
You set the stage.
Yeah,
Beat It set
the tone, all that, and so it's, for me, it's a highlight, I think, of the show.
So before MJ the Musical, there was The Lion King on tour.
Yes.
What was that? That had to be good. You were younger,
yeah,
right?
I was 10. I was 10, 11 years old, which is so interesting because the little Michaels in our show are 10, 11. So it's like kind of looking like into a mirror in that way, also seeing my beginnings. It was fantastic. I mean, it's so interesting looking back at that time. I didn't know so much about myself in the industry and all that, but I knew I loved performing, and that's still the thing that I think I relate to today.
Sure.
You know, being an adult and kind of navigating myself through not only entertainment, but life. Performance is the thing that I love, and I get to do it every night. I'm still thankful that I get to do it every night.
And you were known as the Michael Jackson kid, though,
when
you were in Lion. Before there was MJ,
yes,
right?
Yeah, that was like I used to like wear a little fedora all the time, like walk around. It was pretty intense. It was like,
it was foreshadowing.
Like, I mean, it's full circle. I always say that, like it truly was meant to be how it happened, like this.
Friends, they come here to see you. What do they say?
I mean, they love it. I mean, that's one thing. It's like awesome to like be a lead in the role, be Michael Jackson playing, like it's insane. It's an amazing show. Like, I'm a little biased, but it's great. It's like really, truly a fantastic show to go see. I think anyone who is a fan of Broadway, fan of theater, not a fan, just a fan of Michael.
Right.
Anybody who just comes to see, they really like enjoy themselves.
And that's going to do it for us. But for tickets, or if you want to check out extended cuts of all these interviews, head over to Broadway.com. I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is The Broadway Show.